beautiful Arunachala, photographed by my friend Dev Gogoi. It is a great privilege to have this exhibition here. I'm requesting him to speak a few words about these beautiful moments that he experienced looking at them. We'll start from this picture. I have Dev Gogoi with me, so I will request him to say a few words on them.
Thank you, Lalit. This is Arunachala at sunset. It's a silent time. From a distance in the countryside, it was after a good monsoon, so this area is full of water, rain-fed lake. The light just changed and deepened, and I took the camera with the lens just an inch above the water to capture this beautiful sky in the water, to capture the mountain reflecting in the ripples of the surface of the lake and the sky. And this is the beauty of Arunachala, which reveals itself in moments like this. I mean, these are gifts which come to us, not on demand but unasked, if we are silent and receptive.
Did you take this picture in the morning or in the evening?
In the evening. This is the sunset. This is the sunset. So this is evening.
I always remember when I see reflections that in fact we are all reflections of each other.
Exactly.
Would you be kind enough to explain this extraordinary shot?
This is taken in available darkness, and during Kartika Deepam, when they light this sacred flame on the top of the mountain. And it's just a tiny speck of light, but it kind of speaks volumes, because you can see it from 30 kilometers away. It burns for 10 days and 10 nights. So I wanted it reflected on water to multiply the effect. And available darkness means taking our so-called technology to its limits. So this is like a 30-second exposure, the maximum the camera would do, wide open at the highest ISO, because this was actually shot in darkness, not in light. So this is actually astrophotography, just gathering the light. I didn't see this scene, it was black. So this is where the technology takes us deeper into Arunachala. Beyond our human perception, the technology has given us this darshan of Arunachala. This is again another year, Kartika Deepam. I wanted to try and depict Arunachala and Tiruvannamalai and the mountain and Deepam in one shot. How to do that? The town of Tiruvannamalai, the big temple, which is probably the biggest Shiva temple in the world. 25 acres, the tower is more than 200 feet high, lit up for Deepam. And this mountain, which is nearly 3,000 feet high, it is vast. And Deepam. Again, available darkness. I took a chance in the darkness to take a long exposure. And again, Arunachala reveals itself. Not only this subtle, powerful presence filling the sky from top to bottom, but also the town. But most of all, this trail of lights coming down the mountain. These are devotees, hundreds and hundreds of them, with little lights, cell phone lights, flashlights, torches, leaving the top of the hill and coming back to the foot on safety. This was, I didn't expect. This is a discovery. Similarly here, height of summer, heat of summer, dazzling light. Nobody takes pictures in that light. But Arunachala is always there, and I felt like exploring Arunachala. Got on my bike and I went around and sweating away. I came upon this scene and it drew me because it was the old Tiruvannamalai of 30 years ago, which I remember, without the organization and all that. And just its palmyra trees. There are a few power lines, it doesn't matter. And then the cyclists came by this, which suddenly gave it a human scale. And I couldn't see, it was dazzlingly bright, but I took a picture anyway. And it was later that on the screen, reviewing the image, I could see one cloud in the sky. Looks like a lion, leaping. The cow jumped over the moon, the lion jumped over Arunachala. Another one of those gifts. These things happen, we can't make them happen. And this is again an expression of my heart because it was Arunachala. This is dawn, before sunrise, on the morning of Mahashivaratri. So almost an abstraction, an empty picture, just a silhouette, nothing to attract or distract. I mean the pure essence of the mountain, who's worshipped as Shiva himself. And then to see this crescent moon, this finest sliver of the waning moon, which adorns Shiva's hair in every picture in our iconography. And here is Arunachala, the mountain, with that same crescent moon. Thank you very much.
How beautiful. Thank you, Dev. So Dev, your works of the Mount Arunachala inspire us inwardly, and I'm sure you would have had more than an experience, more than an outward experience. I'm sure you would have had a very strong inward experience which might have had a changing impact in your life. Would love to have a few words regarding that.
Thank you, Lalit. So, easy question, very difficult to put into words. Basically, it's beyond words. Now, the reason we are here is to look at pictures taken with a camera. Now, the experience that you would like to know more about is prior to the camera, prior to the image. So, all I can say is that I was impacted and I continue to be impacted beyond photography and beyond the camera. It cannot be described. Now, the fact is that this photography is happening simply because somebody gave me a camera. He gave me a camera. So I have to use it. Now to be absolutely clear, I asked this person, it was a Nikon F. We're talking about film era. The classic Nikon F, no meter. You focus, set the aperture, set the shutter speed, compose and click. In those days, black and white. Okay? So just to be very clear, I asked him, I said, why? He said, use it for the higher purpose. Lalit, I'm the last person who knows anything about the higher purpose. But I felt free to shoot as I wish. The other thing he told me was, Dave, have fun. So this is my fun, and this is truly my most silent and solitary moments. These are not party scenes, you know what I mean? Picnics, vacations, you know? So if the viewer feels the joy, if the viewer feels meditative, is transported by some beauty or some calling, by something indescribable, then some purpose and benefit has been fulfilled. I don't know why I take these pictures, so I really can't say anything. But I still do like to take it. We are in the digital era. I thought my time is over and I hang my cameras up. The same person gave me a digital camera. तो छुट्टी हमको नहीं मिला. अभी तक हमको काम करना है. I didn't get the retirement or the holiday. I still have to work joyfully. Thank you.
Thank you, Dev. Thank you for allowing us to be able to bow down to this beautiful Arunachala, Mount Arunachala, which represents Lord Shiva himself. And by bowing down, we have been able to soar upwards. Thank you so much for this beautiful exhibition, for this beautiful work, which definitely has had a great impact in my inner feelings. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry.
Yeah.